So I know we've kind of been mentioning how this last part of the trail we've been in Tennessee, Tennessee and North Carolina. But just so you get how we really are going in and out of it, that's the Welcome to Tennessee sign on the interstate. And the trail goes over to the right, so we are staying in North Carolina, but I'm sure we'll be winding back into Tennessee soon. And up that way we go. Good morning from day 48.
Hello, what an amazing day so far.
Oh wait, I have to turn this on. So it is currently 10 p.m. and we are just starting hiking. And you may say, Green Bean and Jamless, that's really late. What were you doing this morning? Well, Fresh Ground came and cooked us breakfast. Like literally just came for us.
We were sitting at the hostel and eating our breakfast and talking to Amy.
Of leftover pizza and leftover burrito bowl.
And the phone rings and Amy picks it up and she's like, oh yeah.
Oh, she goes, Fresh Ground?
Hi. And we're like, whoa. And she says, oh, what?
She goes,
oh,
yeah, they're here.
They're here. They're eating.
And we shoved our food away.
No,
we're not. And she was like, yeah, they're there. And then we hear her go, okay, I'll bring them down to Sam's Gap. We were like, ah! So we came down to Sam's Gap and he made us delicious blueberry pancakes, bacon, scrambled eggs, hot chocolate, and had a bunch of fruit.
Yeah.
That we packed out. I have a bag of bacon that I packed out. But we sat and chatted with him. He has a rule where he'll set up for 3 people, and Spotter happened to be there because he was dropping someone else off. So we had breakfast with him, and then I left my headphones at the hostel, and we happened to still be there, and so she drove down and brought them.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Amy. But it was such a lovely morning. I mean, yeah, it was Fresh Ground is just, we had so much fun chatting and joking with him. We were laughing so hard. I'll put in all the clips after this so you can see us laughing really, really hard.
It was really fun. He's got a big heart.
He does, and a big sense of humor.
Yeah.
So that was an absolute blast. And he was like, well, I'll see you in Virginia. We were like, all right, we'll see you in Virginia. Sounds good. So, yeah, that was awesome. And, because he was saying, he was like, he'd heard my name. And I was like, really? He was like, oh yeah, I heard that day that I slack packed. And I kept seeing hikers going towards Fresh Ground. I was like, Fresh Ground's down there. Very jealous. Have fun. Apparently, every single hiker that came through was like, hey, there's this girl Jamless that really wants to see you. He was like, I know. So he heard how desperately I'd been trying to see him. And so he came and made us breakfast, which was just awesome.
So cool.
It was so cool. So, yeah, we have a bit of a climb and we're starting at 10 a.m. We'll see where we get to today.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
Well, I watched it for years and I got up there and played and I was like, I went to hit it and my ball said, whoop, in the woods.
You leave the thing pressed down, right? And then pour the coffee
No,
out?
don't you dare pull it back up.
Yeah, and pour the coffee out.
And at night, it has to get down to the 60s. I just can't. I can't deal with all that. So, it's okay. You just learn to work with what you got. You limit. Being disobedient. See what happens? So defiant. I was a carpenter one time.
I am a journeyman carpenter.
I am?
Well, I am. Once you are.
Watch it. Ready? Okay, it's on video now.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
Getting a lesson.
You got to be smarter than the chair, okay? What I do is a little tricky. I use my, look at it, I do 2 things at once.
Oh.
I tuck that in with my chin as I'm doing it. See, no arm strength. No. Pull. You have have no arm strength.
I'm laughing so hard I can't stand.
Oh, come on.
Hello. We have two friends with us, one of whom is limping. They're both very cute, but they have collars that say, "Leave me be, I'll go home to Sam's Gap." So, they're not doing anything, but they're very cute. This one's a little feisty. She keeps biting at the other one. The other one is sweeter. But they're hiking along with us. I guess we'll see how far they get.
All right, here is the trail. And way up there is Big Bald. That's where we are headed. Oh boy.
So we just stopped for green bean stretch break. And oh, the wind is picking up. It would be a really nice day without the wind, but without it, I'm really cold. Like, we were sitting there and she was doing her exercises, so she was warmer and she was just like eating food, and I was like, yeah, I need to start moving right now because I'm getting very cold. So, glad to be moving again.
You went over this?
Yeah, I went over.
How did you go over it?
I have long legs. I just threw one leg over and then kind of pushed myself up, sat on it, held onto that branch, and went over.
The tree?
Yeah, the tree.
The challenge is on. All right. Ooh, I think I can do this.
Okay, well, I didn't do it that way. I sort of sat on top of the tree, not laid on it and rolled over. But that worked. So I don't remember who told me this. I'm kind of going uphill, so I might be breathing heavy. I think someone told me this and said that fresh ground says it, but I don't know, can't confirm. But someone said that when you're through hiking, something is always squeaking. So like some joint or part of your body is always having issues. But as long as it's not the same part multiple days in a row, you're fine. Well, today what's squeaking is the top of my right knee. Yesterday, ooh, this is muddy. Ooh. I saw it and still stepped on it and slipped. Yesterday it was like my left foot. Something's always squeaking, but you know, this part of my knee hasn't hurt in at least a week, so fine by me. So that's where we're going. That grassy part up there. It looks steep, but I was told by some day hikers that it's really not that bad. So, hopefully it's not that bad. But then it's all the way down to Spivey Gap. I bet it's pretty windy up there though.
Yeah, very windy.
It's probably very windy. I don't think we'll stay long.
It's a nice little vista from my little sitting spot here. Very windy. And I'm noticing that the buds on the trees are getting really fat. I don't know if you can tell, but definitely plumping up. And I don't know, I think we're going to see leaves soon. Beautiful day. Here is our blaze of the day. I think this one is interesting because there is lichen growing on it. And lichen is so slow growing I wonder how long that's been growing. I wonder when this blaze was last painted. Anyway, interesting blaze. So we're getting close to Big Bald, and just wanted to show the different trees here. They're much more spread out and much shorter. And then you can see up here, you know, we're starting to get that bald grassy area. So pretty soon we will be up at the top of Big Bald. Such a different kind of ecosystem here.
It is so windy. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear anything. But here is the view. I think we're going up a little bit more into the other side. Oh, and all those houses right there, that is a gated community. And those are those houses that I saw yesterday. We ran into some people that live there, actually. When the wind calms down, it's nice and warm. And when the wind is whipping, it's cold. But here is the trail up to the top. Beautiful blue mountains. It is so windy, it is kind of blowing me over. But here is a 360. I might have to cut out the audio.
All right, so here is the privy for Big Bald shelter, and it is about the smallest one I have ever seen. There, no door, and it's just like, boom, there it is. Oh boy. Well, plenty of fresh air in here.
Hello from our tent at some shelter.
Big Bald shelter.
Big Bald shelter. You guys are going to be really impressed with how much we did today. 7.7 miles. But we found a place to put up our tent. There are so many tent sites at this shelter.
Yeah.
There's just a big grassy patch. Nice shelter, privy, water source.
The privy, I took a video of it.
Oh, okay.
It's like the teeniest little thing.
Really?
No door.
Can you close that? I don't want stuff getting in. That's hilarious. The one that I used on my Slack pack was I couldn't even close the door. Like my legs wouldn't fit if I closed the door. But we have our tent all set up. We just did a tick check because a guy who's staying in the shelter just found a tick on himself. We did not find any.
Thank goodness.
Who knows, they might be crawling on our clothes and we'll find it tomorrow. But it is what it is. And we're gonna go eat dinner.
Looking forward to that.
Yep.
Too bad Fresh Graham wasn't here.
I know. Couldn't make it to the shelter. Hello everyone. So this shelter has both bear lines and a bear box about like 100 yards from the shelter. Sorry, I can't think of words. So we just went and put our food in the bear box. Went to the bathroom because Preview's over by the shelter, but there's a huge group of Boy Scouts who also happen to be cooking dinner at the campfire, which is like 10 feet from our tent. So I hope they go to bed early because it's almost 7 and I'm tired. I hear midnight's creeping up on me. But we'll see. They're prepping for Philmont, which is the second group of Boy Scouts we've seen doing that. But these guys are doing better than the other ones. The other ones we saw didn't last a night. They came into the hostel like it was raining, I guess. These guys were like, oh, we've already gone a night, so we're doing better. So, hello.
Hello.
We are in our tent.
Our lovely tent.
Our lovely tent. It's about 8 o'clock. The Boy Scouts are just starting dinner. But I have earplugs. So, it'll all be good. And it's supposed to get freezing tonight, but it was warm enough while we were eating dinner and stuff that we could stand around and chat, and I'm not freezing. My toes are cold, but other than that. So, we have to say what we had for dinner.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh, dinner was so good.
So good.
It was one of those meals that our friends made, one of the homemade dehydrated meals.
Yeah.
Mine was pad thai.
It was
And
really
so
good.
it had rice noodles and peanut sauce and peanuts and little packets of lime
And soy sauce.
and soy
stuff.
sauce. And oh yeah, and it was spicy. It
Yeah.
was really good.
And I had the ramen that they made, which like it had soy sauce and their own seasoning packet and some lime and stuff. It was delicious. I will say, like right before I started eating, my stomach got really upset. So I only ate half of it and then some peanut butter, and I already feel hungry. So that was a mistake on my part, and our food's already away. I even ate candy too. I was like trying to shove food in my face. Whatever. And I'm not walking back to the bear box, and I've already brushed my teeth. And before you people in the comments are like, you need to eat food, I'm aware. we had this conversation last time where you all were like, it'll make you cold. I know. I'm lazy. I'll be fine. I'll survive. So yeah. Highlight character builder.
Highlight.
Fresh ground.
Yeah.
Like, a highlight of the month was fresh ground.
That was so fun.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I think one of the most fun parts of it was when Amy said, oh, they're sitting here at the table eating breakfast. And
No,
I just
we're
pushed
not.
my
And we
food
shoved
away.
our food away. We're not eating breakfast. Yeah.
And oh gosh, what a heart of gold
Yeah.
he has.
And him just being like, well, I heard you guys wanted to eat, so I came over here literally just to make breakfast for you guys. Although his rule is that 3 is a minimum, so Spotter was there, and Spotter was like, I'll eat some food. So we had 3. It was just awesome. And I'm assuming that was your highlight too?
Yes,
Okay.
although, there was one highlight. I don't know if it was today or yesterday. I think it might have been yesterday that I found a new way to annoy you.
What is that?
Because whenever I see a pileated woodpecker,
Oh my God.
I mean, every time I see one, I'm like, ooh, look. And Kelsey's or Jamless is like, thinking, what?
No,
What? Like
that's
a
only
bear?
happened once. It was yesterday, and we were hiking, and she goes, oh, Kels. And I was like, what? She goes, affiliated. I said, that is too much excitement for the same bird we've seen every single day.
No.
Yes.
It was right next to the trail. It got like
Whoop-de-doo.
flushed out when she walked past. So it was like really close. It was so cool.
Sure.
So that was one of my highlights.
That was yesterday, though.
Yeah, okay.
Character builder?
Character builder, again, was that decision to stop.
I would
That is
agree.
no fun. No
Although
fun.
I didn't really have to make a decision.
No, you didn't.
But it was still a character builder.
Yeah.
And
But-
it was really windy for a while, which I was kind of having a hard time regulating my temperature, and I was a little cold, and then I would sweat, and then that was a little bit of a challenge, but yeah, big highlight with Fresh Ground today.
Yeah. And the view on
Big Bald, gorgeous.
that was
Hope you
an
guys enjoyed,
incredible view. Yeah.
because I was almost falling over filming it from the wind.
Yeah, it was like blowing me sideways when
Yeah.
we were walking up and down.
Yeah. Oh, and another way she's learned to annoy me is
I didn't know
Your-
there was another way.
your thing that you kept doing when we would start hiking today.
Oh, yes. That actually, I think that's the one that I wanted to mention. So every time we get up today, anyway,
Yeah.
I think I'll do it tomorrow also.
Great.
I would go, oil can. I don't know if you can hear me. Oil can.
And at
Saying
first,
oil can like
I'd-
the Wizard of Oz.
I was like, "What are you doing?" And then she was like, "Well, you know what that's from." I was like, "The Wizard of Oz?" She did it every time.
Well, because every time I get up, I'm stiff. You know, I need a little lubricant.
the third or fourth time she did it, I was like, "That's not gonna get old at all." So
That was funny.
it was funny.
So yes, now I have 2 ways of annoying you.
It's okay. I have a video that I'm posting on the internet of
Oh.
you being unable to close a chair. Even Fresh Ground was laughing at her.
I'm gonna have to work on that one.
I would like to mention that I did close a chair too.
Okay.
It was
Oh.
funny.
Yes, it was.
We
hilarious.
laughed so much with Fresh Ground. It was good times.
Yeah.
Anyway, bedtime. Good night.
Good night.